with another video about a great new bike. This is the all-new BMW K1600GT Sport. It is a brand new 2014 model. Everybody's been talking about this bike since its introduction about 4 months ago, and it is just stunning. The paint is Secure Orange and Black Storm. It has some great graphics on the side of the bike and a couple of special features that I'll go over as we go around the bike. It has a special Pro Sport seat and the Sport windshield in addition to the paint schematics. And I'll take a minute and go over some of the things that make this bike really special. I just got back from riding it, and it is just one of those very few wow bikes that you see out there. Why is this bike so cool? It has a fantastic suspension. It has a dual lever front suspension with anti-dive technology, has ABS brakes and traction control, has a pair-level rear suspension. You have 4 inches plus of front suspension travel and 5.3 of rear suspension travel to make this bike a really comfortable grand touring machine. It features BMW's world-class inline 6, produces 160 horsepower and 129 foot-pounds of torque. Now, if those numbers aren't stunning enough by themselves, 70% of that 129 foot-pounds of torque is available at just 1,500 RPMs, which is just right above idle. So when you grab a handful of this bike, it grabs the whole handful of you. Take a quick look. I want to briefly go over the switchgear on this bike. You have central locking on this bike. Central locking is right here. You have switchable riding modes, which I'll go over at another time in a little bit more detail. Over on this side, you have the standard electronic cruise control, fog lamps, adjustable sport windscreen, the completely interactive rider's menu for the bike computer and control points on the bike, turn signals here, and your high beams are behind. Now let's take a look real quick at the menu functions on this bike, and I will point them out to you right off the bat. When you press your menu, you have your bike information. It goes from your fuel consumption instantly to fuel consumption on average, your range to empty, your average speed, the ambient temperature, your tire pressure, a stopwatch for lap times, and a lapsed timer for travel distance time, the date, your oil level, and then the ability to shut off the entire system. You press it again, your next tab over is your ESA, or electronic suspension adjustment. You can adjust the damping through these 3 settings, normal, comfort, and sport, and then you can adjust for one rider with luggage, or 2 riders. When you press this again, you go to your handlebar heat. You have heated grips, and you have a rotating dial to turn it up or down. The next is for your front seat, and again, up and down, and you have an adjustment for the rear seat as well. And that pops up right here, and you can see that the rear seat is active. I'm going to shut that off and go to the next, which is your settings for the bike. You have full range of audio settings, the speaker, the sound, adjusting the tuner, the Sirius radio, and where you pair your Bluetooth. When you go back, you have your user settings, the language, the time format, brightness of the system, your logo when you start it, your background, and a place to default to factory settings. Your vehicle settings are here for your alarm system and your headlight. You have a time. This is where you go in to set the time. This is where you go in to set the date. This is where you go to set your traction control. You can turn it on or off. And that takes you back to the baseline of your bike computer. Now you do have the ability over here, if you follow me, Jeff, on this switch, this little triangular diamond is programmable for your favorite one of the tabs on the bottom of the switchgear. Now you use this dial to switch through the different settings as well as for your audio system. Now your audio system settings are down over here on this side, And to not take a lot of time on this video, I'll cover those on another video independently, just like I will the switchgear. But again, take a good look at this 2014 all-new BMW K1600GT Sport Edition. Better yet, come take a ride at our store on this fantastic bike. You can see the ride video that I just made online at www.gcmotorcycles.com, or give us a call at 239-481-8100. Again, this is Webb Benninghoven from Gulf Coast Motorcycles, and I wanted to say thank you for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you with the next video real soon.